Okay, so the next problem is 5D, and the equation is 8x squared y squared minus 16xy squared all over 5z divided by 4x to the fourth y squared minus 8x to the third y squared all over 30z to the third. So what you're going to do is you're going to try to pull out anything that they have in common. So these are all separate equations. Actually, the first thing you're going to do is change the division sign. So I always say keep, change, flip. So you're going to keep the first equation. So 8x squared y squared minus 16xy squared over 5z. You're going to change that division sign to a multiplication sign, and you're going to flip that equation right there. So 30z is going to be on top, and then the rest is going to be on the bottom. Okay, so like I said, you're going to try and pull out anything that they have in common. So for the top one, what they have in common is 8. They have an x that's in common because they both have x's, and then they also have a y squared that's in common. So you're going to pull out 8x y squared, and what you're left with is x minus 2. And then on the bottom, you're just going to leave it the same because there's really nothing that you can change with that. And on the top, you're going to leave that one the same as well because you can't do anything with that one. And then at the bottom, what you can pull out is a 4 because they have 4 in common. And then you can pull out 3 x's because that's what they have in common as well, and then a y squared. So 4x to the third y squared, and what you're left with is x minus 2. And then you can look at the z's. The z's have in common a 6 because 5 goes into 36 times. So you can cross out both of these and you're left with a 6. And then what you can do is cross out z's because they have 2 z's that are in common. So you can cross out these z's and you're going to change that power to a 2. Well, actually to a 1. So you're just left with a z. So now what you're going to do is you're going to multiply across. So what you have, I'll write it out for you. What you have is this. Okay. And then you have all over 4x third y squared. Okay, so now 8 times 6 is 48. And then you're left with x, y to z all over 4x to the third y squared, actually, sorry. So how many times can 4, you're going to reduce this. So 4 goes into 48 12 times. Okay. And then I always just, you're going to do the same thing that we've always been doing. So it's, since you have, this is to the power of 1. So 1 minus 3. And then 2 minus 2. And then you're left with a z. Okay, so since the x is the power to it is a negative, you always want to put it at the bottom because that's what your rule is. So you're left with 12. The y is canceled because it's y to the 0, so you're left with a z on top. And then the x squared because it is a negative x, and that is your final answer.